The three plaintiffs in the hazing and sexual assault lawsuit against New Mexico State University, 3 former players and 2 former coaches, speaking out for the first time today since that suit was filed 2 weeks ago. That comes as NMSU released the findings of an executive summary into this case. KTSM 9 Sports Director Colin Deaver was on hand for it all. Colin joins us live with those details. Colin.
Hey, Andy, former NMSU players Shakira Odunewu, Deuce Benjamin, and Deuce's father, William Benjamin, are suing the school. Former teammates DeShondre Washington, Kim Aiken Jr., and Dr. Bradley, as well as their former coaches, Greg Heyer and Dominique Taylor. The lawsuit alleges that they were sexually assaulted by the 3 players for months and that the coaches knew and did nothing about it. In front of the world and with their attorneys by their side, the 2 victims declared that they would seek justice. The pain of months of alleged abuse was evident on the faces of Deuce Benjamin and Shakira Odunewu.
Being able to go through this pain isn't easy. As you can see, I'm proud of myself that I survived those days when I felt I couldn't.
The 2 alleged victims having trouble putting into words what happened as they spoke out for the first time.
You know, I was scared that if I did come out, you know, I was going to tarnish and mess up those people's, the people involved with the lawsuit. I was going to mess up their careers. But, you know, it just got to a point where I just couldn't bear anymore.
Benjamin, his father William, and Odunewu filed a lawsuit 2 weeks ago alleging the abuse began in the summer of 2022 and continued until this February. The coaches allegedly found out in November and did nothing. The lawsuit also says that there could be 2 other victims as well.
No one has a crystal ball and no one bats 1,000. But we still hold people accountable for their actions and what it is that they do and they do not do.
Attorneys for both parties said they are seeing a sense of urgency from the New Mexico Attorney General to finish their investigation for possible criminal charges in the case. They are still waiting for the defendants to be served the lawsuit. They're preparing for a trial, but it could end up getting settled.
These gentlemen deserve fair compensation to get a fresh start, and they hope to change things along the way.
The attorneys also said they were shocked that Athletic Director Mario Mocha was given a new 5-year contract extension in the midst of this investigation. They say they're conducting their own investigation to better understand Mocha's knowledge of what went on and his action or inaction in the case.
What we would like to see happen is for us to get more information and for him to be more forthcoming.
NMSU would not comment on Mocha's contract or the timing of it today, though the school did say it's taking the lawsuit allegations very seriously. This comes as state government leaders and NMSU faculty have taken a stand in support of the alleged victims.
Fundamentally, that's what you want in a community. You want people to care when people are wronged. And so when I read it, it just made me feel really good to know that there's a support system here for these kids.
In a response to a New Mexico Higher Education Department letter last week imploring New Mexico State to conduct multiple new investigations, NMSU has hired Lightfoot, Franklin, and White to conduct those investigations. That is the same firm that investigated Penn State football after the Jerry Sandusky rape scandal in 2011. The NMSU Faculty Senate will decide tomorrow whether or not to send a letter to NMSU's administration in protest of Mocha's contract extension. Andy.
Colin, thank you very much. And NMSU also hired Greenberg Traurig to do an internal investigation in response to those allegations. The law firm's executive summary was released today. The firm was not retained to investigate the allegations themselves, but to review and make recommendations on NMSU's anti-hazing policies and procedures. They made 2 recommendations. The first is the training for all students and employees, saying NMSU should hire an independent third party to assist and revise the existing training modules to include the latest education in hazing prevention response. The second is the investigation and response to hazing allegations themselves. The university should hire an independent third party to review the effectiveness of NMSU departments responsible for hazing prevention and response training.